Hello, writers. We're looking at our sentence templates today after our 5 new words. Template number 5. My father, a fat and funny man with beautiful eyes and a subversive wit, is trying to decide which of his 8 children he will take with him to the county fair. So this one is quite a long sentence. And the key that we're focusing in on is right after my father. My father, comma, a fat and funny man with beautiful eyes and a subversive wit. And we close that off with another comma. And then you finally get to the main verb. My father is trying to decide to which of his 8 children to take to the county fair. And so we're looking at this whole inserted parenthetical clause where you get to describe the father. What is he like? And what is the purpose of writing a sentence like this? The purpose is to introduce a new character quickly. So I assume that in the story Alice Walker is writing here, the reader would not have met the father before. My father, and here, since you don't know anything about him, I will tell you about him. He is a fat and funny man with beautiful eyes and a subversive wit. And so, right away, right off the bat, as soon as we get introduced to him, we know a lot about what he is like. We can imagine and picture his beautiful eyes. We can think about, oh, he has this kind of sense of humor that's subversive. And then we can picture his large body. And we get all of that, all in the first sentence. Let's compare. What would it be like if we didn't have that parenthetical clause between the commas? Instead of my father, a fat and funny man with beautiful eyes and a subversive wit, we would just get my father is trying to decide which of his 8 children he will take with him to the county fair. And this sentence is, of course, a totally fine sentence. But I am left to picture whatever I happen to picture for the father. Maybe I pictured the father as skinny. Maybe I pictured the father as kind of mean because he won't take all his children. He's only going to take some. And now he has to choose between them. But when we insert that parenthetical clause to describe the father, it gives the writer so much more control over how the reader can understand this character. So let's try some example imitations. My dog, comma, and so we have the subject and then insert a comma, and then we start thinking about characteristics. How are we going to describe this dog? A whiny and irritable runt with watery eyes and a shrill bark. And then I close out the comma because I'm done with the description. And what is the dog doing? My dog is running out to the mailman to eat his leg. And so we follow that same structure, my father, a fat and funny man. Let's try another one together. Let's write this one about, we first have to choose a subject. So I'm just going to choose the bus driver. And then as soon as I stop my subject, I put my comma in there. And then I think about how am I going to describe this bus driver? And I'm imagining her to be a woman, kind of, let's see, a pale and pinch-eyed woman. So I'm imagining her face to be pale and then her eyes are kind of all pinched up. And then what did she have? With thin hair and a long pointy finger. I'll put multiple fingers here since she doesn't only have one. The bus driver, comma, a pale and pinch-eyed woman with thin hair and long pointy fingers. And then I close out my comma because I'm done describing her. Now, what is she doing? The bus driver is glaring at me as I fumble around to count out my change to pay for the bus, to get on the bus. And so there we go. We have our example imitation. Now it's your turn. Your week 5 homework, you're going to write your own sentence imitations of this template, my father, a fat and funny man. In each one, use one of the rich words below, and the word can fall in any part of the sentence. It doesn't have to be in the describing parenthetical phrase of the sentence. It can be anywhere. So go to it, have fun, and we're just continuing to grow as writers by using our tools.